What's going on?
Where is everyone?
Wait. I don't recognize you. How did you get in here?
So are you.
General Russell Ward of the United States Army. Now, you're trespassing on a military installation, so I insist you answer my question.
What is this place?
This is a restricted area, and that's all you need to know until you tell me who you are.
I'm from Vault 111.
What, from the civilian wing? Interesting.
This area is inaccessible from the civilian wing. You must have come from outside. What's it like?
It's a disaster. Hard to believe anyone has survived.
It's as I feared.
We don't have time for this right now. I need to get to my terminal and find out what's going on. It's just down the hall. It's been over 200 years, my God!
200 years? What happened?
Are there any updates from command? Anything at all?
Nothing since the bombs dropped. The lines must have been destroyed. Everyone remember their orders prior to entering the pods.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now maybe our fellow vault dweller can help us. Fill them in, Lieutenant.
We had a contingency plan in case comms to the vault failed. There's a satellite array not too far from here. It's possible for it to remotely connect to this vault, and we can use that to link to command.
You don't know us, but we're America's best hope right now. You've got experience out there, and we'll need your help.
Why should I help you?
In the interests of national security, I cannot tell you. But surely you understand the merits of serving your country. You can join us in rebuilding it, or you can turn your back on it as a traitor. Just know that you're either with us, or you're against us.
What do you mean by that?
We're the remnants of America's government and military. Assuming others have followed protocol, there's more of us out there. If we can regroup, we can work together to restore the country.
I'll help if I can.
Good. Captain Peterson here will assist you. Get to the facility and try to reroute its connection to the vault. We'll do the rest here.
Let's go.
Good. Access to the facility is through the car tunnel to the northeast. I'm gonna have to rearm first, so I'll meet you inside the tunnel. Careful. We've got hostiles in here. I've been listening in on them. Sounds like a group of bandits have set up in the area and locked up the SATCOM facility. Apparently their leader has the key, and they're out on a raid right now. Our best chance is to see if they've left it in their camp further up. You ready to check it out?
Lucky for you, I'm not afraid of a few raiders.
Keep your head down and stay focused. Being foolhardy will get you killed. I've got your back. Let's move. Let's move.
What now?
This facility seems like it was abandoned in a hurry, so we probably shouldn't expect any friendlies here. Doesn't look like there's any raiders in here either, though. Good news for us. We'll need to look for some sort of control terminal so we can link this facility up with the vault. Let's go. I knew the wasteland would be dangerous, but this is more than I expected. I'm heading back to the vault. Want to join me?
I'll head there on my own.
Alright, and I'll see you at the vault.
My terminal's lit up, so whatever you did, it worked. It's not all good news, though. There's been no responses from command, and without them, we're in the dark as far as the bigger picture goes. We are, however, aware of the location of an old military hangar. The probability of a vertibird within is high. If it's operational, we'll be able to use it to get to command. While Captain Peterson debriefs us, I need you to investigate.
I'll do it.
Good. Scout the hangar and return here where you'll find us. Have you been to the hangar yet? Was the vertibird there?
Yes, sir.
Good work. We'll head for the hangar now and plan our next move from there. With the vertibird airworthy, we're ready to proceed with the next part of our plan, reaching command. You've helped us get this far, and I would appreciate your continued assistance. We don't know what the situation at command may be. I would strongly suggest equipping yourself, well, cover any eventualities.
I'm ready.
Good. Captain Peterson and I will be equipping some suits of the T-51 power armor we found stored here as a precaution. Time to go. Get in the gunner's position. We've got to be ready for anything.
Connecting to elevator. Sending command.
States Army. Just what the hell is going on here?
General, we need to talk. There's hostiles all around and most doors are jammed. You need to go left and make your way up the catwalks. The door behind me still works. It'll bring you to the war room. Meet me in there. It's the safest place on the oil rig.
Understood. Let's move out. The war room is over there. Let's go.
General Ford? How? I've seen your files, sir. You were supposed to be here 200 years ago. What happened?
Vault tech happened. We can talk about that later. Right now, I need to know what happened here. Who are you, soldier?
I'm Colonel Whitehill. I served here under General Douglas up until 2279, when the lab suffered a containment breach. After that, everything fell apart. Those of us that didn't die abandoned the oil rig and either went into hiding or deserted.
God, how could this happen? And these creatures, how many are there? How do we get rid of them?
Those things are ghouls. The labs were working on some sort of project to create and use them as fodder. It went very badly. The oil rig's defenses were down, so we were sitting ducks. I returned here a few days ago with salvaged equipment to repair the targeting computer. It's all in place now. The only thing left to do is restart the reactors, and the defenses should do the rest.
Those are your orders, Colonel. Take our friend with you and get those reactors online. Captain Peterson and I will show up here. Dismissed.
This won't be easy. There's a lot of ghouls roaming the oil rig. Are you ready?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
All right. First things first. Take this ID card. You're gonna need it. The oil rig's currently on lockdown. If we want to get to the reactors, we need to override it. To do that, you need to send an override command from the terminals of General Douglas, Dr. Richmond, and Senator Clark. Let's move out. We're here. This is the reactor control room. Are you ready to restart the reactors?
Ready.
I'll have a look at the terminal and see what the situation is. By the looks of it, we got lucky. The reactors are still intact. It's just a matter of inserting the dampening coils and nuclear agitators. You should be able to find spares in the reactor room, probably in containers. This is important. You need to insert the agitators in the lower insertion point and the dampeners in the upper insertion point. Don't mix it up. I'll power on each reactor as you insert the components. When both are on, I'll be able to restore the defenses. Just be careful. I'm reading a rad leak in there. There should be some equipment around here that can help protect you if you need it. One last thing. Those bulkheads will lock behind you to contain the rads. I should be able to unlock them once the reactors are on. Good luck.
Power restored. Stand by. I'm gonna start venting the rads out of there and get the defenses online.
At least one thing has gone to plan. Good work, you two. It's encouraging that so much seems to have powered on. Maybe most of the damage here is in fact superficial. What we need now, most of all, is manpower.
Permission to speak, sir?
Granted, Colonel.
When we lost the oil rig, we also lost the ability to communicate with other outposts in the region. I don't know how many of those outposts are still around, but if we could bring the comms equipment back online, we could order them to regroup here.
I see. Do we have the necessary equipment to restore communications?
We don't, but I know where we could find it. You probably saw the USNS Harper stranded not far from here when you flew in. It was the oil rig's primary supply vessel. During the evacuation, some troops tried to flee on it. I assume the ship broke down not long after. I don't know what happened to those on board, but if anywhere has the equipment we need, it's there.
Excellent. That will be our immediate objective. Lieutenant Fitzpatrick will take our friend here to the USNS Harper and attempt to recover it. Meanwhile, Colonel, I believe a full debrief is in order.
Yes, sir.
I realize that I have not been forthcoming with you about who we are exactly. You've helped us get this far, so it's about time I tell you. We are the Enclave, the last bastion of our beloved America. It is our duty to undo the damage caused by the Great War, and I will ensure we succeed. From what I have seen here today, we have a lot of work to do. I extend to you an invitation to join us in this work.
Who are you people exactly?
The Enclave came to be long before the bombs dropped. The nation's brightest minds, our best fighters, our devoted politicians, all as one. From the shadows, we worked tirelessly for the good of our country. We made sure that no matter the threat, inside or out, we were ready. We were the true patriots. Now we are the continuation of the United States of America, and we are duty-bound to rebuild it.
Your cause seems noble.
I'm pleased you think so. You are proving to be valuable to us. Find Lieutenant Fitzpatrick at the Vertibird when you're ready to head for the ship.
What's the plan?
Colonel Whitehill is certain that the USNS Harper has the materials we need. The easy part is getting to it. I'll fly us there. After that, we improvise. We need to find a way to get the ship back here. You ready?
Let's go.
Board the Vertibird and we'll get going. The ship's not too far. We'll be there soon. Whitehill said it's been stuck there for 10 years. I don't know how that thing is still floating, but if anyone can get it moving again, it's you. What the hell is that? Open fire! Keep an eye on the Vertibird. You go see if you can figure out a way to get this thing moving.
That's close enough. Who are you? What are you doing here?
You first.
I was, with the Enclave. Someone sent you? Was it the Enclave?
Yeah, I'm the new girl.
A wise guy, huh? You better come with me. This way.
Someone's here.
You're looking at the last survivors of the Harper. We've been here so long, we didn't think anyone would come.
What happened to you guys?
Isn't it obvious? When those Meyerlicks crawled aboard, we locked ourselves down here. Found out too late there was a radiation leak. We fixed it up, but not before the damage was done. Some of us died, and when we started changing, some took their own lives. We're what's left. Maybe it's karma, I don't know. The irony's not lost on us.
What are you gonna do now?
Look, truthfully, none of us care what happens to this ship. We're not Enclave anymore. We just want to get to shore and spend our days in peace. So here's the deal. I've got the FOB you need for the autonav to start back up. You let us get to shore first, and then the ship's all yours.
Why don't you want to go back?
Hold on. You're with the Enclave and you're asking that? Listen, buddy, you might want to do some research before associating with them. In their eyes, we're not people. If they're still around, we don't have a choice. We go into hiding or die.
Look, I'm sure we can work this out. No one has to die.
You really think so? If it means we don't have to spend our days looking over our shoulders. All right, fine. Here's the tape.
Actually, I do.
Oh?
Well, sir, we found the crew. The thing is, they're ghouls.
More ghouls?
Yes, sir. Only they don't seem to be like the others. They aren't hostile. They can talk and everything.
Eliminate them immediately. They can talk now, but how do we know they won't lose their minds overnight? We've seen what they're capable of.
General, if I may, they are, or were, Enclave. My soldiers. If anything, we could put them to work on the rig. We're gonna need a lot of manpower for the restoration efforts.
Is this really necessary?
Those creatures aren't like us. They're mutated horrors. When you picture our beloved country, do you envision those things roaming around? I do not.
They're a threat to the base. They have to be destroyed.
I couldn't agree more.
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant Fitzpatrick, are you able to repair the radio equipment?
I can do it right now, sir.
Good. I've recorded orders to be broadcast on the radio on a holotape. I want you to insert it into the comms equipment and then return. Here.
All right, that should do it.
This is a mandatory service bulletin to all folks. Let it be known by all that the Enclave are back, and nothing will stop us in our pursuit to restore our country. I want to recognize the service you've done for the Enclave thus far by formally inducting you as a second lieutenant. While I acknowledge this is an unconventional appointment, we find ourselves in unusual circumstances, and you have proven your capability to us. And given how well you conducted yourself with returning the USNS Harper, I wanted to give you an additional reward. We found this while you were away. It seems to be a prototype of an upgraded laser rifle. We found accompanying schematics, and you can keep it. When you need to return to Boston, feel free to use the vertibird at the hangars. You should now speak to Colonel Whitehill for your next assignment. Dismissed, Lieutenant.
What's the job?
It might be a while before people respond to General Ward's call, and we need manpower now. I had heard rumors about a group of remnants scavenging for supplies around the Commonwealth. Now, I think I have a lead on where they might be. If we can get to them, I'm sure they'll join us on the oil rig. I'd like you to back me up.
Who are these people?
Survivors that escaped the oil rig like I did. Most likely a mix of soldiers and technicians, both of which we sorely need.
Nah.
Easy there. Who are you and what do you want with me?
Must be embarrassing for you.
Yes. How funny.
You're addressing a superior officer, Lieutenant, and you will treat them with respect. Stand down, officer. We're looking for some remnants. We've secured command and need to regroup.
Colonel Whitehill! I can't believe it. Good news at last. I was taken prisoner while scavenging for supplies. I was with a group of other survivors holding out in an old family bunker. They'll have no qualms returning to the oil rig, I'm sure. Here, I'll mark the location on your map. You'll also need this key. Thank you again.
Excellent. Thank you for the information. I'm gonna make my way to the bunker now, Lieutenant. Meet me outside.
Ah! Who are you? No. Well, I'll be damned. Kano.
Stanley? Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Didn't think I'd see you anytime soon. What have you been up to all this time?
A lot. I'll fill you in on the details later, but suffice to say that with the help of the lieutenant, we've managed to secure the oil rig. Now I'm trying to track down survivors and bring them back.
The oil rig? That thing's still floating?
Just about. Your expertise is sorely needed, though.
You hear that, guys? We've actually got orders. Pack your things.
Thank you, Stanley. I'll have a vertibird ready to collect you. Lieutenant, let's rendezvous at the oil rig.
Ma'am.
Thank you for the help. I wasn't expecting to run into Stanley, but I'm glad we did.
So, what's the deal with you two anyway?
He's been maintaining the oil rig since before I was stationed here. With him back, our chances at rebuilding just got a lot better.
Old people.
That is not how you talk about your colleagues. Chief Engineer Myers is an incredible asset to us. I don't have any further orders for you right now. I'm interested in seeing what happens when Myers repairs the transmitter. I recommend joining us in the communications room tomorrow, and seeing if General Ward has any success contacting anyone. Until then, you're dismissed, Lieutenant.